A very warm welcome to the fourth recitation of CS170. So today's recitation we'll be looking into advanced HTML. Before we start, I would like to remind everyone to watch the previous recitation videos and be sure to fill the Google Forms for each recitation because that's how the attendance is calculated. And moreover, please remember to submit the assignments on time. And along with that, every time you submit your assignment, be careful that you write the honor code. The honor code statement is mentioned in every submission document. Otherwise, the submission or the assignment that won't be graded. So now let's get started with today's recitation. We'll be before we go ahead and start coding and get into all the concepts, everyone please go to Canvas and under the Files tab in the recitation information under my name, you can get the paradox.html file, which is in the recitation folder. So I will just show that. So in Canvas, just go to the course and under files, under recitation information, and under my section, which says section 0406 Jayashree Ramana. If you go to the recitation, you can find the paradox.html file. Everyone just download this file and save it in your local system. Because we'll be using that file now further. The paradox.html file is a basic web page which will be manipulated using the different HTML elements that we'll be learning. So this is how that web page looks. After you download the HTML file, make sure you save it on a local system and then open the code using Notepad++, or if you're not using Notepad++ and using the other editor, open the code using the editor that you use, and alongside just go to the place where the folder is also present and open it so that you can view the web page also and you can view the code as well. Make sure that this way you can make sure that the file extension is also right. So this is how the web page looks, and this is the code for it, which I have opened using Notepad. I'll be using Notepad++ to show any coding demonstration. One important thing to note is that after making changes in the code file, be sure to save it. And also, after making any changes, reload the web page on the browser to see the changes. This is very important. So whenever you make a change on your code, save it, go to the browser, refresh the browser, reload the web page so that you can see the changes made. Also, after every code change is done, be sure that you test the web page and see if the changes are made or not. It is a good practice if you test the code right after making any minute change also. Because it'll help you track the errors and debug the code much better. Just in case you don't test the web page after making any change, then in the end it would be difficult to understand like what is causing the error. So make it a habit to make changes in the code, save it, reload the browser, and make sure that the changes are being made. So that's about the setup. Now like you can see that this is how the web page looks, right? So in the template, so the web page is about paradoxes, and then various elements can be seen, starting with the first element, which is a heading tag at the top, which is written using the h1 tag, and followed by that you have the next heading, which is the h2 tag. So you have paradoxes in the h1 tag, and then you have the Russell's paradox and Margaret's paradox written in the h2 heading. If you go further down, then you can see that there is a p tag is used to write a paragraph. And it just observe carefully that one phrase in the first paragraph is mentioned in bold. So like we did in the last recitation, this can be done by using the B tag, which represents bold. Then moving on, then again you have an H2 tag which says Margaret's paradox followed by a paragraph. Now in this paragraph you can see that various sentences are written in italics, and you can write in italics using the I tag. Moreover, if you see the first sentence of the paragraph, you can see that there's a French accent also used for the word Rene. Yeah. So the French accent, the syntax for writing French accent is you use the ampersand, then you write the letter which is E. We need the accent of the letter E, right? So we write the ampersand, we write E, and since we need an acute accent, we write acute followed by a semicolon. So that's how you can have accents also mentioned in your HTML elements. So now that's how a web page looks. And what we're going to do is we're going to manipulate the web page by adding more and more elements to it. So by the time we're done with it, the web page is going to look more different, and also there'll be a lot of styling to it. So the first task is regarding hyperlink. Now, you can see that the first task asks you to turn the first mention of Bertrand Russell into a hyperlink. That is, that word should redirect to a website link, and the website link is given. And the same thing has to be done for the first mention of Rene Margaret, which is in the second paragraph. The name should reflect to the respective Wikipedia entry. So I have given a link to the Wikipedia entry also. What I would say is you uh, try coding this, and like pause the video, try coding it out, and then move on to seeing the solution to it, because that way you'll understand if you know the concept or not. Just to reiterate, links are you like can be added by using the A tag. So you mention the like you have the A tag, and then you mention the link address in the attribute which is href. So now we can go ahead and try to code this out. So this is the web page, and over here you can see Bertrand Russell is written. So we need to convert the word into in such a way that it becomes a hyperlink, and when it is clicked on, it goes to the respective website. So this is the website that it is supposed to redirect to. All right, so let's just copy the web address and then create an A tag over here next to the name, which is A, and then write href, then mention the link, and then close the A tag and save it. Now let's try to see if the changes have been made. So if we go to our website and refresh it, so you can see that now the word has a hyperlink, and if you click on it, it will take you to the website. So this is how hyperlinks are used. For the next one, the same thing has to be done for the other name. This is the website. Let's just copy the address, go to Notepad and go to the name Rene, and write an A tag, then href, then write the address and close the tag. Make sure to save it, and let's check if the changes have been made. So I will reload the page, and you can see that now the changes have been made. If you click on Ben and Margaret, it will take to the respective website. So this is how hyperlinks can be used to redirect. That completes our first task. Now let's move on to our second task, which deals with images. So the task here is to insert an image related to Belgium at the beginning of the Margaret paragraph. But we just don't have to add an image. We need to resize it and choose an appropriate width and height to show the picture with an appropriate size. So the image source is going to be a remote image. That is, we're going to take an image from the web. And the best way to get an image would be to use Wikimedia Commons. you can just enter Belgium as a search word inside the Wikimedia Commons, and then the picture selected needs to be clicked on to display the share symbol, and then you can like take the URL from there. So that's how we'll take the image. And like just to remember, like the syntax for using an image is to use the img tag. In the img tag, you first mention the source, that is from where is you're getting the image, and the alternate text which will display which will be displayed in case the image is not loaded. And one additional thing that we have to do is to adjust the width and height. So for that, we will mention these attributes explicitly. We'll say width is equal to something and height is equal to something. So now let's just go to Wikimedia Commons, and from here we'll just search for Belgium. After we search for Belgium, we can just choose any of the pictures that are over here. So from here, we can select one picture. If I click on this image, I can get more details and then use this file on the web. If you click on that, you can get the file URL that you can just copy. So now here you can add the image. You can write src is equal to, and then you can write the alternate text, which is Belgium, and then close the tag. And then reload it, and then the image will be displayed. But as you can see that the image is like really enlarged, so it is better if we could just adjust the width and height of it. So let's go back to our code and adjust the width and the height. So we'll write width, which would be, let's just try with a random number 120, and then height, which is 80. Now we have the width and the height. Let's save it and check. So now you can see that the image is proper, and it looks pretty better like than the previous one. So that's how you use the height and the width to change the size of the image. Now, so that's how we work with images. The next thing is styling. So that's the next task. The image if that we had added in the previous task is not well positioned though. Like it feels very it doesn't look good because one of the like the images here in the paragraph is starting here. So we can try and do something that the paragraph adjusts well with it. So you can use like we can have the text surround the image and then it will look much better. So to do this, we can use the float is to left style inside the image tag. So when you use that a float is to left, it will float all the text to the left, and this way like the text will be the image will be surrounded with the text. So when we're using inline styling, the format is style is equal to, and then you write the property with the value in quotations. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have this, and we go. So here we are at the image. Let's just write style, then put an equal to sign, and in quotes write float is to left, and that's it. When we save it and then see the web page again, so now you can see that the text has surrounded the image, and this looks much better than before. So that's how we use the float property. The next thing that we can do is change the style of the body section. So in like you can add a background color to the body section. So in the body tag, you can write style equal to background color is black, and this will change the background color. So let's go ahead and add that. So we have the body tag here. We can just write style is equal to background color is black, and just save it. Go back to our website and you can see that the entire background has been colored black, but then we can't see the text over here. So let's just change the text color to yellow probably for now, for the time being. So we can have, we can just write yellow here, color yellow, and just save it. When you go back, so now you can see the text which is in yellow color, the background is in the black color, and we have two hyperlinks till now. Now the text color that is there for the body section is yellow, but like, you know what, let's just try changing it to some other color. Let's just add the color lime, but this time we will use the style tag and try doing it. So the style tag, you can write the style tag inside the head tag. Let's go ahead and do that. We have, yeah, we can open the style tag. Then for body, we need the color to be lime. So just write lime, and then I will end the style tag. So now the font, so basically right now we have the text color in yellow, but we want it to be in lime. So now let's refresh it. But if you can see that the color has still not changed, it is still yellow in color and it is not lime. So the reason for this happening is that there is a conflict in style between the style which is in the body tag and the head tag. So if you can see here, you have a body tag where you have put a style where you've written the color is yellow, but then in the head tag also you have put another style for the same body tag and you have put the color is lime. So now out of these two, only the yellow, the one that we've written inside the body tag is being considered and not the other one. And the reason for this is the thumb rule in CSS, which is the closest style wins. That is, that over here, the style which is in the body tag, it is closest to the text. And hence, this has been applied. The color yellow has been applied. And because the style which we have put over in the head tag, it is not close to the text, so it does not get applied. So now in case we need to see the color lime, what we can do is we can just remove the portion where we have written the color has to be yellow, and you can see the color change. So now let me just remove this and save it, and then refresh it again, and there we go. The Oops, I made a mistake. We changed this and then refresh the page, and there we go. Now we can see the lime color on the text. So this is how you have to keep in mind that CSS, there is a rule where the closest style always wins. So accordingly, do your styling. Now the last part of this task would be to apply red color to the word paradoxically, which is close to the end of the text. And this can be done using the span tag because it helps to apply inline styles or to a single word. That's how span works. So if you go here, paradoxically, you can see the word, and this word has to be changed. So try using span to do that. Pause the video over here for some time. Try applying it and then move on to see the solution. So here we have paradoxically, and we will write the span tag over here. We'll write span and color is red and close the tag. So now if you see the web page, you can see paradoxically is now red in color. So with this, the task 3 is also completed. Now the next task is dealing with list, and we have to create an unordered list, or also called as a bulleted list. So the syntax for creating an unordered list is by using a UL tag. Like in UL, the U stands for unordered and L stands for list. So we write the UL tag, and then the list items are mentioned using the LI tag, where so LI is like L is for list and I is for items. Now the UL tag may be used to create menus also, by adding some style, that is you can write some CSS code and add some anchor tags also. So inside the LI tag you can have an A tag, that is the anchor tag can be mentioned. So if you can see the image over here, like that's the unordered list that you have to create. So pause the video over here, try to create this unordered list and then get back to the solution. Uh, so you can use the paragraph tags, like just add this list at the end of the last marked paragraph, and the list should be created using the UL tag only. The last two entries, if you can see, they're actually sublists. So a sublist is just a list that takes the place of a list item li. So it's like a list inside of a list. And make sure that the names of the books are displayed in italics again. So pause the video, go for it, try to create this list. So I think I'll move on to the solution. So we write a paragraph B, and the image says during the 1920s, Margaret wrote these books. So let's just write that. And now we start creating our unordered list. Inside our unordered list, we'll have the first list item, which says 1920. And then we need to write the book name in italics. So we want to do that. And then close the list item. Then we'll add the next list item. It's 1925. Write the book name in italics. And then close the list item. Then we create another list. Write the book name in italics. So now let's just see how much like how our list looks like now. So yes, so you can see that here the list has been made. Now so like half part is done. Now we need to make the sublist. So when we're making a sublist, we need to create another list inside the list item itself. So we'll write UL again, and then inside of that we will mention our list items. So the first item is a great book. And our second item is it was started in 1927. Now be sure to close all the tags that we have opened. Okay, so now let's go and see. And yes, we have the list, and inside of that we have the sub list. So this is how it should be done. And just end all, so remember to end all the tags. And now let's check it. So we have the yeah, so there was a mistake over here. The extra bulleted points is being seen here, but if you see, made a mistake, didn't put the slash, and now if I go and check it, yeah, so now the list is perfect. So this is how the list can be made. You can have inside the list, you can have the A tags also. Uh, the A tags can be written inside the list of item. It can redirect to another website also. Now the next task is dealing with tables. So that is we have to create a table. In HTML, table tag is used to define a table. Then each table row starts. So when you have to write a row, it you have to mention TR tag and end it with the TR tag. TR stands for table row, and then each table cell is defined by TD, and like it ends with a TD tag also. Now TD tag stands for table data. So now everything between TD and TD are like everything between TD and the closing TD tag are the content of the table cell. Moreover, like a table border can also be added by mentioning the value of the border size. So let's try to create the table now. So first you have the table tag. Let it write. We could end the paragraph here now, and now we can write a table tag and then end the table tag. Now inside the table, we can have a caption. The caption could say artist and birthplaces, and then end the caption. That's the caption for our table. The next thing is we'll have our first row. In the first row, we will have two table headings, that is TH. TH is called as table headings. It will give a heading, that is the artist will be heading for one, and the next heading is going to be birthplace. So that's the table heading for our first row. Now the next row we will add the content. So this is table data. This is table data. We write this. And then another table data over here. And then close the row tag. Now if you go and check the website, okay, so you can see that the table is made, but you can't view it properly, like the borders are not being seen properly. So for borders, you can just go to here, like to the table tag, just write border is equal to mention the size. So here I'm just mentioning it to be 1. Let's go check it again. And now you can see the border has been created, so you can see the table properly. So this is how you create tables in HTML using the table tag, the TR tag, TH H tag and the TD tag. Uh, the next task is the box model of CSS. This is the last task, and for this you will have to access the website which is given below, which talks about the box model of CSS. In CSS, the term box model is used when you're talking about design and layout, basically. So the CSS box model is essentially a box that wraps around every HTML element, and it has margins, borders, padding, and actual content. So it allows us to add border around elements and to define space between elements. So if you go click on the link, it will redirect you to the website, which is here. And here the explanation is given for all the elements of the CSS box model. But what you should be doing is you should go through the try it yourself exercises and see how this works. Just try to do these exercises, and after you're done using doing these exercises, try to use the box model concept to like apply a red border to the Russell's paradox H2 heading and a yellow border to Margaret's paradox H2 heading. So just try doing that. Pause the video, go through the exercises, then try adding the borders to both the headings, and then come back to the video for the solution. So if you have to write that, let's go and do that. You have the H2 heading over here, which says Russell's paradox. We can just write style is equal to, write style is equal to border 5 pixels red and solid. So this means that we need a border which is of size 5 pixels, is red in color and solid. Now if we go and check the website, and you can see a border which is created around Russell's paradox H2 heading. A similar thing can be done for the other H2 heading also, where you can write style, then you can write border, you can mention the size 5 pixels. The color is going to be as asked, it is going to be yellow, it will be solid and yellow in color. Now let's go and check the website, and you can see that the yellow border has been created. So this is how the box model can be used to create borders around elements or to define spaces between the elements. So now that we've covered all the topics for the recitation, it is important to understand how well the concepts have been understood. So please to attempt this very short quiz. Also, the attendance will be marked based on the responses that I receive. So please be sure to submit the quiz without fail. And with this, we come to an end to the fourth recitation, which is advanced HTML. Again, reminding everyone to watch all the previous recitations and fill the quizzes so as to mark the attendance and submit the assignments on time along with the honor code. And have a great week and stay safe. Thank you.